The rain drizzles outside the window of my Capitol Hill apartment in Seattle, where I, Levi Warwick, stand in the kitchen, flipping pancakes on a skillet, the faint smell of burnt butter wafting through the air. Nora Veron, my girlfriend of 3 years, sits at the dining table, eyes glued to her phone, fingers swiping quickly. Pancakes are almost ready. I call out, trying to keep my tone cheerful, but she only mumbles, not looking up. Lately, Nora has changed. She's been coming home late from work, wearing silk dresses I've never seen before, and a new perfume, sharp, expensive, has replaced her familiar vanilla scent. I'm not the jealous type. But last week, when Nora left her phone on the table, a message popped up. Last night was amazing, miss you. Sender, Declan. My heart sank. I told myself I was imagining things, that 3 years together should be enough to dispel doubts. But this morning, her phone lit up again. Another message from Declan. Meet tonight, babe. I try to stay calm and ask, who's texting, Nora? She flinches, brushing off. Just my boss, work stuff. Her eyes avoid mine, as if I'm no longer the person she used to hold tightly. The apartment suddenly feels stifling. Nora stands, clutching her phone like a treasure, saying she has an early meeting. Super busy today, she mutters, not looking at me. The door slams shut, leaving me with a cold skillet of pancakes and a heavy feeling. I look around. Her ring, the one I gave her, is no longer on her finger, and her nights out with friends have become more frequent. A bad gut feeling rises. I don't want to believe Nora's cheating, but these signs are like breadcrumbs leading me to a truth I'm not ready to face. I need to confront her tonight, even if the answer tears everything apart. I grab my phone, open the company email, and search for Declan, maybe Nora's boss. The truth, however painful, I need to know. All day I'm like a ghost. The tech office in South Lake Union, where Nora and I both work, feels like a maze of averted glances and whispers behind my back. I sit at my computer, pretending to focus on code, but my mind is stuck on Declan. Declan Voss, marketing director, is someone I've met a few times at company-wide meetings. A man in his 40s, with a confident smile and a firm handshake. I never thought of him as a threat, but now every memory of him is tinged with suspicion. I decide not to wait until tonight. At lunch, I text Nora, suggesting we meet at the small cafe in our building. She agrees, but her reply is curt, emotionless. Fine. 1 p.m. When I walk into the cafe, Nora's already there, sitting in a dim corner, her latte untouched. She's wearing a navy trench coat, looking ready for a big meeting, not a chat with her boyfriend. I pull out a chair, sit down, and feel like I'm stepping into a battle with unknown rules. Nora, we need to talk. I begin, my voice low but firm. She looks up, her brown eyes cold, no trace of warmth. About what, Levi? She asks, her tone flat, as if she already knows what's coming. I take a deep breath, trying to stay calm. About Declan, about the messages. I saw them this morning. Last night was amazing. Meet tonight? What's going on? The air seems to freeze. Nora doesn't blink, but the corner of her mouth twitches. Not the gentle smile I once loved, but a sharp, almost scornful curve. Oh, you finally noticed, she says, her voice soft but laced with venom. I thought you'd be too busy with your code and gaming nights with Talon to realize. Her words cut like a knife, but I don't waver. Answer me, Nora. What is he to you? She takes a slow sip of her latte, as if stalling to make me squirm. Then she sets the cup down, locking eyes with me. Declan is who I need, Levi. Someone who knows what he wants, with ambition, with vision. Not like you, always dreaming about small things, never really going anywhere. Her words slap me, not for their truth, but for their cruelty. I've been sleeping with him for 2 months, and I'm not sorry. Blood rushes to my ears, but it's not anger. It's a strange emptiness. 3 years together, movie nights on the couch, camping trips in Olympic National Park, arguments and reconciliations, all crumbling in seconds. Why didn't you just tell me? I ask, my voice hoarse. Why hide it? Why play games? Nora shrugs, as if it's not worth explaining. Because I knew you'd make a scene. But now you know, don't you? And Talon and Elise know too. They get me. They know I deserve a bigger future than what you can offer. I'm stunned. Talon, my college buddy who crashed on my couch after drinking nights. Elise, who called me the reliable guy. They knew? I pull out my phone and open our group chat with them. Is Nora telling the truth? You knew she was cheating and sided with her. Talon's reply comes almost instantly. Levi, you're a good guy, but Nora needs someone with a solid career. Don't be mad. Elise adds, we didn't want to hurt you, but maybe this is a chance for you to change. I look at Nora, her eyes watching me, waiting for an outburst. But I don't give her that. I stand and push my chair in. Thanks for being honest, Nora. I say, my voice steady. Good luck with Declan. Without waiting for a response, I turn and leave the cafe. The sound of rain outside drowns out everything, but it can't mute the feeling of my chest being ripped open. I drive back to the apartment and pack a few essentials, laptop, clothes, and an old photo of me and Nora at Alki Beach. I don't cry or break anything, just feel a strange clarity. As I close the door, my phone buzzes, a text from Nora, running away like this is cowardly Levi. I don't reply. I drive to a motel on the outskirts, where dim neon lights welcome me. Amos, the motel owner, looks at me with knowing eyes when I check in. You okay, kid? He asks. I nod, but inside I know I'm not. Not yet, but I will be. I have to be. Sunset Haven Motel sits tucked along a Seattle suburb road, its green neon sign flickering through the misty rain. I drag my suitcase into the small lobby, the smell of old wood and stale coffee hitting me. Amos, the owner, stand behind the counter, silver hair mess, eyes kind but sharp. Single room, kid? He asks, his voice warm. I nod, hand over my credit card, and force a weak smile. Just a few days, I say, though I'm not sure myself. Amos hands me a key. Looks like he wants to say something, but only says, rest up, call me if you need anything. Room 12 is small and clean, with gaudy floral curtains and a creaky bed. I sit down, staring at my phone, turned off since I left the apartment. I don't want to turn it on. I don't want to face messages from Nora or anyone else. 3 years with her. I built my world around her smile, around moments that felt eternal. Now that world is ashes. I lie back, staring at the ceiling, trying to push away the image of Nora's scornful look in the cafe. The next morning, faint sunlight slips through the curtains, pulling me from fitful sleep. I force myself to turn on my phone. The screen lights up, dozens of notifications flooding in. 28 missed calls, 41 texts. Most from Nora, some from Talon and Elise, and a few from unknown numbers. I scroll through, my heart pounding when I see Nora's message. You think running away solves this? Everyone will know who you really are. I don't know what she means, but a bad feeling creeps up. I open Instagram, and Nora's story hits me like a punch. A video of her in our apartment, eyes red, voice trembling. I've been putting up with Levi's control for too long. He tracked my every move and forced me to split rent even though he knew I was saving for my future. The comments below are full of sympathy. You're so strong, Nora. That's awful. I recognize names. Co-workers, mutual friends, even the barista from the cafe near the office. Nora's turned me into the villain in her story. I keep scrolling, seeing another post, this time a photo of Nora with the caption, Freedom at last. I choose happiness. #hashtag survivor. My heart feels squeezed, not because of the lies, but how fast they spread. I open a company email and a message from HR chills me. We are reviewing reports of inappropriate workplace behavior. No names, but the timing is too perfect. Nora doesn't just want to leave me. She wants to destroy me. I step out onto motel's small balcony, watching cars pass on the highway. The rain has stopped, leaving puddles glinting in the sun. I think of Talon and Elise. How could they believe Nora so easily? I open our group chat and reread their messages. Talon wrote, Levi, you need to grow up. Nora just wants what's best. Elise added, don't blame her, Levi. Maybe look at yourself. I grip my phone, wanted to fire back something sharp, but I stop. Arguing won't fix this. I walk to a nearby bakery, hoping fresh air will calm me. But even there, the young server's eyes look at me warily, like I'm some horror story come to life. "You're Levi, right?" she asks, hesitant. I nod, keeping my cool. "I heard about you and Nora. She was here last week and told us everything." I just smile, leave cash on the counter, and walk out without a word. Nora's turned Seattle into her stage. Back at the motel, I sit on the bed, open my laptop, and try to focus on work. But a new email from Zane, an intern at the company, catches my eye. "Levi, you need to know this. There's talk in marketing that you're causing trouble. I don't believe it, but be careful." Zane, with his messy hair and friendly smile, is one of the few who doesn't judge me. I text back a thanks, but my heart's heavy. I'm not just losing Nora, I'm losing my reputation. That night, I lie listening to the rain start again, trying to sort my thoughts. Nora wants me to crumble, wants her to lash out, but I won't give her that. I don't know how to fight these lies, but I know I need to stand strong. Amos knocks, bringing a cup of hot cocoa. "You look like you need this," he says, his eyes meaningful. I take the mug, its warmth spreading through my hands. "Thanks, Amos." I reply, "I'll be okay." And for the first time, I feel like I mean it. Morning light filters through the garish floral curtains at the motel, waking me from restless sleep. The rain has stopped, but the air smells of damp earth. I sit up, the bed creaking, and check my phone. A text from an unknown number stops me cold. "Levi, this is Celeste Voss. We need to talk about Nora and my husband. Meet me at Pike Place Market, Lupanier, at 10 a.m. Voss." The name conjures Declan, his confident smile, tailored suit. What does his wife want? I hesitate, but curiosity wins. I need answers, wherever they lead. Lou Pannier sits amid the bustling market, the smell of fresh bread and vendors' shouts creating a chaotic symphony. I arrive early, pick a small table by the window, and look out at flower stalls arranging vibrant daisies. A woman walks in about 40, dark hair pulled high, sharp eyes behind thin-framed glasses. She wears a gray cashmere sweater, elegant but understated. "Levi Warwick?" she asks, her voice low and steady. I nod, gesturing for her to sit. "I'm Celeste," she says, setting her bag down. "Thanks for coming." I wait, gripping my coffee, as Celeste cuts the chase. "Declan and Nora," she starts, her voice unwavering. "They've been involved for 3 months. But this isn't my husband's first time. And Nora, she's part of his pattern." I frown, processing her words. Celeste pulls a thin folder from her bag and slides it toward me. Emails, texts, even receipts. I've been tracking them for a year. Declan uses his power to manipulate young employees, and Nora's helping him. I flip through the folder, my eyes scanning messages between Nora and Declan. One chills me. Ezra's gone. Now Levi. He won't handle the pressure. Ezra, a name I don't know, but clearly another victim. "Who's Ezra?" I ask, voice rough. Celeste sighs, her eyes briefly sad. "An engineer like you worked under Declan 2 years ago. Nora and Declan push him out of the company with lies, like they're doing to you. Ezra left Seattle, not a word." A shiver runs down my spine. "Why tell me this?" I ask. Celeste leans forward, eyes locked on mine. "Because I'm tired of watching. Declan thinks he's untouchable, but this time I want to end, and I need your help." I blink, surprised. "Help how?" "I'm just a guy the whole company's turning against." Celeste gives a faint smile, not Nora's scorn, but empathy. "You're not as weak as Nora thinks. You stayed calm and left without a scene. That's strength. I have evidence, but I need someone inside the company, someone who knows Nora, to make sure the truth comes out." I stay silent, weighing it. Part of me wants to run, forget it all. But another part, growing stronger, wants to fight. Before I can answer, my phone buzzes. A text from Kira, a co-worker once close to Nora. "Levi, I need to meet you. I know about Nora and Declan. I was wrong to help her. 6 p.m., bar near the office?" Kira, with her shy smile and dyed red hair, was someone I thought would always side with Nora. Her regret surprises me. I text back, agreeing to meet. That afternoon, I wander along Seattle's waterfront, trying to sort my thoughts. The breeze carries the salty scent of Puget Sound. Celeste and Kira, two women from different angles, pulling me into a fight I'm not prepared for. But I can't just watch Nora and Declan ruin my life like they did Ezra's. Back at the motel, I open Celeste's folder, digging into the emails, receipts, and even a grainy security video of Nora and Declan in the company parking lot. Too close to be colleagues. When I meet Kira at the bar, dim yellow lights cast shadows on her tense face. I helped Nora spread rumors about you, she confesses, voice trembling. She said you were controlling, that you made her miserable. I believed her, but now I see she's not who I thought. Kira hands me a small USB. This has group chats between me, Nora, and others. She bragged about Declan, about how they're clearing the way for you to leave the company. I take the USB, feeling like I'm holding a bomb. Why change your mind now? I ask. Kira looks down, fidgeting with her drink. Because I was Ezra once. I don't want anyone else to go through that. Her words silence me. I thank her, leave the bar, and step into Seattle's night. The rain starts again, but this time it doesn't feel oppressive. I have Celeste, Kira, and the truth. Maybe that's enough to start fighting. Seattle wakes quietly the next morning, gray clouds hanging low, mirroring my mood. I sit in my Sunset Haven motel room, laptop open, Celeste's folder glowing under the screen's light. The emails, texts, and receipts paint a clear picture. Nora and Declan aren't just cheating. They're manipulating a system in the company to eliminate anyone threatening their position. I flip to an email from Declan to Nora. Levi will quit soon, like Ezra. Keep up the plan. Reading it, I feel another stab, but this time, it's not pain. It's a fire igniting in my chest. I meet Celeste again at a small park near Lake Union, where ducks glide silently on the water. She's in a long black coat, holding a paper coffee cup, eyes as sharp as ever. I found something else, she says, handing me another USB. Security footage of Nora and Declan in the office after hours. Not just intimate. They're discussing how to discredit you. I plug in the USB and watch the grainy video. Nora giggling, sitting on Declan's desk as he talks about making Levi look bad. I clench my fists, holding back anger. What more do we need? I ask, voice tight. Celeste looks at the lake, her tone low. Exposure, but it has to be timed right. The company party next week is perfect. All the execs will be there. I nod, though my mind's a mess. I'm not one for drama. But Celeste is right. The truth needs to be seen, not just for me, but for people like Ezra back at the company. The air feels heavier than ever. Co-workers give me cautious looks, some whispering as I pass. An HR notice calls me to meet my manager about performance discussions. In the meeting room, Mr. Carter, my manager, peers over thick glasses. Levi, there are rumors you're causing tension in the team. Nora says you've been pressuring her, both at work and personally. I want to yell that it's a lie, but I force a faint smile. I understand, sir. I'll clear things up. Carter nods, but his eyes stay skeptical. After work, I meet Zane at a small diner near the office. Zane, in a gray hoodie with a shy smile, slides a folder toward me. I found this on the internal server, he says. Fake financial reports Declan used to cover personal expenses with Nora. If this gets out, he's done. I scan the numbers, lavish client dinners, and trips that never happened. Zane looks at me, voice low. I'm helping you because I saw Nora bragging in a group chat. She thinks she's untouchable. That night, I jog along the Cedar River, my breath mixing with the cold air. Each step helps me organize my thoughts. Nora didn't just betray me. She's made me an enemy in everyone's eyes. A new TikTok video from her pops up on my phone as I pause to rest. Nora, eyes teary, talks about being financially controlled by me, claiming I forced her to pay all the rent to keep her under my thumb. The comments are furious. That's terrifying. You deserve better, Nora. I turn off my phone, feeling like the world's against me. But then, an unexpected encounter changes things. I run into Talone at a supermarket near the motel. His messy hair and avoiding eyes try to make small talk. Levi, I didn't want things to go this way. Nora convinced me she needed to get out. I just wanted to help. I look at him, my once best friend, now a stranger. Help by turning your back on me? I ask, voice calm but sharp. Talone stammers something about careers and leaves. I'm not angry, just clearer. People like Talone choose convenience over friendship. Back at the motel, I open Kira's USB. The group chats reveal the raw truth. Nora mocking teaching Levi a lesson, bragging about Declan's gifts, and plotting with co-workers to discredit me. One message stops me. Levi will give up soon. He's not strong enough to fight us. I smile bitterly. Nora's wrong. I don't give up. Not now. I contact Celeste, sending her what Zane and Kira gave me. She replies instantly. Good work, Levi. We're close. Prepare for the party. I lie back on the bed, staring at the neon glow outside. The pressure's heavy, but I'm not alone anymore. Celeste, Zane, and Kira, they're unexpected pieces in this fight. I close my eyes, picturing the company party, where Nora and Declan will face what they've sown. I don't know how I'll feel when it's over, but I know one thing. I won't let them win. The chandeliers gleam in the grand ballroom of Seattle's Fairmont Olympic Hotel, where the company hosts its annual gala. Jazz music blends with the chatter and laughter of colleagues, but Levi Warwick, step inside with a pounding heart, like a gladiator entering the arena. I'm in a black suit, white shirt fitted close, deliberately far from controlling image Nora painted online. Celeste texted earlier, tonight we end this. Stay strong. I take a deep breath, feeling the weight of the USB in my pocket, our weapon. The ballroom is packed, suits and evening gowns gliding under warm golden light. I catch eyes from co-workers, some curious, some cold. Nora stands across the room, her red dress hugging her frame, holding a wine glass, laughing with a group from marketing. Declan's beside her in a gray suit, his sharp eyes scanning the crowd. When he spots me, his face tightens briefly before slipping back to his usual confidence. I head to the bar, order a soda, and try to stay calm. Zane, the intern, brushes past, whispering, everything's set. The projector in the small meeting room is connected. I nod, my blood thrumming. Kira, her red hair vivid, stands near buffet, eyes nervous but resolute. She agreed to help Celeste and me, even if it costs her friends at work. She'll never forgive me, Kira once said, but I reassured her. She doesn't deserve your loyalty. The gala starts with a CEO's speech, praising the company's achievements. I stand quietly, watching Nora. She's oblivious, still smiling brightly, her arm lightly on Declan's as if they own the room. As the speech ends, the lights dim, and a large screen lowers for the company's new ad video. That's Celeste's moment. She's in a corner, holding a remote, her eyes locked on me. I nod slightly. The screen suddenly shifts to a different slide, not the ad, but an email between Nora and Declan. Levi will be gone soon. Just need a few more rumors. Murmurs ripple through the crowd. Nora spins around, her wine glass trembling. Next comes the security footage, Nora and Declan in the office, her voice over the speakers. Let Levi crash on his own. He's not strong enough. Nora's face goes pale. She screams, Who did this? Turn it off. But Celeste doesn't stop. The next slide shows receipts, fake client expenses. Declan used to cover trips with Nora. The crowd's whispers grow louder, eyes shifting from Nora to Declan. He tries to stay calm, stepping forward, shouting, This is a mistake. I'll clear it up. But his voice falters as another message appears. Ezra is gone. Now, Levi. He's easy to handle. Ezra's name silences the room. Older employees, maybe knowing his story, start eyeing Declan with suspicion. Kira suddenly steps into the center, her voice shaky but clear. I helped Nora spread lies about Levi, she says, scanning the crowd. I was wrong. Nora and Declan didn't just deceive Levi. They did it to others. I have proof. She holds up a USB, the light catching her flushed face. I recorded Nora's conversations, how she laughed while ruining Levi's reputation. Nora lunges at Kira, voice shrill. "You betrayed me. You don't know what you're doing." But Mrs. Thompson, the HR director, raises a hand to stop her. "Enough, Nora. We'll review everything." Nora turns to me, eyes blazing. "You think you've won, Levi? You're nothing." I meet her gaze, voice low. "I don't need to win, Nora. I just want the truth." My words silence her, as if she's realizing for the first time I'm not someone she can manipulate. Declan tries to intervene, voice shaky. "This is a misunderstanding. I'll explain to the board." But Celeste steps forward, voice like ice. "No need, Declan. I've sent all the evidence to the board, including what you did to Ezra and others." She holds up her tablet, showing an email confirmation from her lawyer. The crowd falls silent, with only faint jazz playing through the speakers. Talon, in a corner, tries to record on his phone, probably to curry favor with Declan later. But Zane, quick as lightning, snatches it from him. "Don't make a fool of yourself, Talon," Zane says, voice dripping with disdain. Talon backs off, face red, avoiding my eyes. Elise, nearby, bows her head, muttering about not knowing it was this bad. I don't care. Those who call me a friend are now just shadows. As the gala breaks up, Nora storms out, her red dress billowing in Seattle's cold wind. Declan is led by Mrs. Thompson and security to a private meeting room. Celeste approaches me, placing a hand on my shoulder. "Thank you, Levi. Not everyone would stand up like this." I give a faint smile, relief mixed with exhaustion. "I just did what I had to." I reply. I leave the hotel, stepping into the night, streetlights reflecting on wet pavement. The sound of waves from Puget Sound echoes faintly, reminding me there's still a long road ahead. But this time, I don't feel alone. The truth is out, and though it doesn't erase the hurt, it gives me a fresh start. I text Zane and Kira. "Thanks. We did it." Then I turn off my phone, walking under a starry sky, ready for what's next. Seattle wakes to pale sunlight, rays cutting through morning mist, illuminating Sunset Haven Motel. Levi Warwick, sit in an old armchair in my room, a cold coffee in hand, my mind still reeling from the company gala. The event flipped everything, a tidal wave washing away Nora and Declan's facade of lies. My phone buzzes nonstop, notifications from coworkers, old friends, and unknown numbers. I don't open them, but the quiet of this small room can't hide the feeling that everything's changed forever. The next morning, Zane texts, "The office is buzzing. Nora and Declan were called to an emergency board meeting." I picture Nora, her face perfectly made up, trying to hold her confidence under judging eyes. But I don't have time to dwell. Celeste calls, her voice low but sharp. The board reviewed the evidence. They're not just firing Declan and Nora. They're sending the case to lawyers. This isn't just an affair, Levi. There's evidence of financial fraud. I nod, though she can't see, feeling a weight lift from my chest. I drive to the office, not to work, but to grab personal items. The South Lake Union office feels stifling, like everyone's avoiding eye contact. A co-worker, Sarah, pulls me aside. "Levi, I'm sorry. I believe what Nora said about you." Her voice shakes, eyes full of regret. I nod lightly. "It's okay, Sarah. Not everyone sees the truth right away." But her words don't ease me. The truth won, but the scars remain. News spreads fast. A small article in a local tech news site reports the company investigating executive misconduct. Declan's name isn't mentioned, but everyone knows. Celeste emails me, attaching document from her lawyer, a civil lawsuit against Declan for abuse of power and financial fraud, with Nora as a co-defendant. "They won't get away easily," she writes. I imagine Declan in his tailored suit, now facing the law, and Nora, her proud smile just a shadow of itself. The biggest surprise is Ezra's return. I meet him at a small Fremont diner, the smell of fresh bread mixing with the chatter of patrons. Ezra, tall and lean, with tired but resolute eyes, hands me a folder. I kept everything, he says, voice low. Texts, emails, recordings, everything Nora and Declan used to push me out 2 years ago. I scan it, seeing messages like those used against me. Ezra will give up? He's not strong enough. I look at Ezra, feeling like I'm seeing an older version of myself. Why come back now? I ask. He gives a faint smile. Because of Celeste. She found me and said this time we could stop them from hurting others. Ezra submits his evidence to Celeste's lawyer, and like dominoes, other victims speak up. A former employee, Mia, who left under Declan's pressure, posts an open email about her experience. Another from finance reveals more fake expenses. This isn't just my fight anymore. It's a storm sweeping away the company's secrets. Meanwhile, Nora tries one last move. A new TikTok video appears. Her in our old apartment, voice choked. I was manipulated by someone in power. I'm a victim like you. But this time, the comments aren't supportive. Someone writes, "You lied about Levi. Why should we believe you now?" Kira, braver than ever, posts a long LinkedIn piece, admitting her role in helping Nora and including screenshots of group chats where Nora mocked me and bragged about Declan. Nora's video fades, drowned by the truth. One afternoon, Amos, the motel owner, calls. That girl, Nora, is out here making a scene in the parking lot, he says, calm but concerned. I drive back and see Nora by my car, hair a mess, holding a thick envelope. "Levi, you have to help me," she screams when she sees me, her voice frantic. "I have proof, Declan, the company, everyone. If you don't help, I'll expose it all." I step closer, meeting her eyes. "Nora, you chose this path. Expose it. See who believes you now." She throws the envelope at me, paper scattering, photos, texts, enough to hurt many. I pick them up, snap pictures of each page, then hand them back. Keep them. But remember, you backed yourself into this corner. Nora trembles, tears the envelope, and screams, "I'll regret it." But as she leaves, I see a woman drowned by her own ambition. Amos, at the motel door, shakes his head. "She thought she could bully you," he says, voice low. I smile, feeling lighter. She was wrong, Amos. That weekend, Celeste texts. Her divorce is finalized. She got the queen in house, most of Declan's assets, and his reputation. Now gone on Google. Nora, rumor has it, left Seattle and went back to her parents' small town. Her social media is silent, like she never existed. Talon sends a long apology text. "I was stupid, Levi. I thought Nora was right." Elise texts too, worried Nora's messages could ruin her career. I shrug. They chose their side, and now they live with it. I stand outside the motel, watching a fiery Seattle sunset. I didn't win, not like Nora thought, but I stood my ground, and that's enough to keep walking. Sunlight filters through lush green trees in Seattle's Belltown, where I, Levi Wark, stand at the door of my new rented apartment, the small one-bedroom, with a big window overlooking the bustling street, is my fresh start after months of chaos. My belongings, a few boxes of clothes, a laptop, and an old camera, sit neatly in a corner. I open the window, letting the salty Puget Sound air flood in, bringing a freedom I've never felt so clearly. After the gala, work took a turn for the better. Mrs. Thompson, the HR director, called me into her office a week later. "Levi, you handled this with remarkable professionalism," she said, her eyes no longer skeptical. "We want you to take on the software development team lead role." I nodded, unable to hide a smile. The promotion wasn't just a reward for work. It was proof I didn't let Nora's lies define me. I started a photography class at a nearby community center, a hobby I dropped for late nights with Nora. There, I met Lena, a freelance artist with curly hair and a warm smile. We started with short talks about light and angles, then moved to coffee after class. I'm not rushing. Nora's scars linger, but Lena, with her listening ear and lack of judgment, makes me feel safe to open up. "Photography's a way to see the world clearer, right?" she asked once, standing by the Cedar River as the sunset turned the water golden. I nodded, realizing I'm learning to see myself too. Meanwhile, the scandal's echoes linger. One morning, Celeste emails. She's moved to a new Capitol Hill apartment, starting over post-divorce. Thank you, Levi, she wrote. Not everyone has the courage you showed. I smile, replying briefly, we did it together. Celeste is a friend now, though I know she values her privacy. I respect that, as she respected my resilience. Talon and Elise keep reaching out, sending long apologies. Talon writes, Levi, I was wrong to believe Nora. I just wanted to keep the peace. Elise frets, if Nora's text leak, my career's done. I read but don't reply. They sided with the wrong person, and I have no room for those who only regret when it's too late. I save their texts not out of spite, but as a reminder that loyalty must be built on truth. One afternoon, I return the key to Sunset Haven Motel. Amos, with his wrinkled smile, is wiping the front desk. You look different, kid, he says, eyes twinkling. Different how? I ask, curious. He shrugs. Lighter, like you've shed a burden. I laugh, handing him a photo I took at Pike Place Market. Vibrant flowers under sunlight. Thanks for giving me a place to land, Amos. I say. He waves it off, but I know he understands. I start a blog, not public, just for my thoughts. In it, I write about my journey, from self-doubt of facing Nora to finding freedom and letting go. The truth doesn't need you to shout, I write. Sometimes you just stand still and let it find its way. The words help me process, like photography helps me rediscover life's colors. One evening, I jog along the Cedar River, my breath mingling with the cool air. Seattle stretches before me, buildings glowing, waves lapping faintly in the distance. I stop, pull out my camera, and snap a sunset, gold and orange blending into purple, a promise of better days. I think of Nora, probably struggling in a small town, and Declan, who lost everything to ambition. I don't feel smug, just relieved. They dug their own graves, and I didn't need to push. Lena texts, inviting me to an art exhibit that weekend. Bring your camera, she writes. I want to see Seattle through your eyes. I smile, texting back, you got it. As I keep running, the breeze through my hair, I feel a peace I haven't had in months. Life isn't about winning or revenge. It's about finding yourself after the storm. I've done that, and with every step, I know I'm on the right path.